swayed like green waves. There lived a gentle mother pig and her 3 piglets. The meadow was a happy place. Birds sang from the hedgerows, butterflies danced above wildflowers, and the air always smelled faintly of clover and honey. The piglets had grown up chasing each other in circles, rolling down little hills, and squealing with laughter whenever their mother told them stories. But as all mothers know, children do not stay little forever. One sunny morning, Mother Pig gathered her 3 children. She wore a smile, but her eyes shone with a glimmer of tears. My dears, she began softly, you have grown strong and clever. It is time for you to go out into the world and build homes of your own. A home will keep you safe from rain and wind, and from the big bad wolf who sometimes prowls the woods. The piglets gasped. They had heard the whispers of the wolf, though they had never seen him. Don't be afraid, said Mother Pig gently. If you work hard, you will be safe. Remember, effort today brings comfort tomorrow. She kissed each piglet on the nose and added, and never forget that you are brothers. No matter where you go, look out for one another. The 3 little pigs promised they would. Then, with bundles tied to sticks slung over their shoulders, they trotted down the path, each dreaming of the house he would build. The first little pig was the youngest. His name was Pip, and he was cheerful, giggly, and rather careless. As he skipped along, he thought, I want to build my house quickly so I can spend the whole day playing in the meadow. Not long after, Pip came across a farmer carting bundles of golden straw. The straw shone in the sun like treasure. Good day, sir, Pip squeaked. Might I have some straw to build my house? The kindly farmer, amused by the little pig's bright smile, gave him as much straw as he could carry. Oh, thank you, Pip squealed. Now I shall have a house in no time at all. And so Pip set to work, but truth be told, he didn't work very hard. He tied bundles together haphazardly, waving them this way and that. It wasn't neat, and it certainly wasn't sturdy, but Pip was delighted all the same. By midday, his straw house was finished. It was small and lopsided, with little gaps that let the wind whistle through. But Pip clapped his hoofs together proudly. Perfect, he cheered. Now I can play, sing, and nap all I like. And so he did. Pip spent the afternoon chasing butterflies, rolling in the grass, and humming songs, never once thinking of the wolf. The second little pig was the middle brother. His name was Posy. He was friendly, jolly, and liked to have fun, but he was also a tiny bit lazier than he ought to be. As Posy trotted along the road, he thought, I want a house that's stronger than straw, but I don't want to spend all week building it. After all, there are naps to take and songs to sing. Soon he came to a woodcutter carrying a bundle of long sticks. They were straight, light, and smelled pleasantly of pine. Good day, sir, Posy called. May I have some stick to build my house? The woodcutter laughed and shared a bundle with the eager little pig. Oh, thank you kindly. A strong house takes effort, but I will be glad of it when storms come or if the walls appears. After a long walk, Percy found a brick maker stacking neat piles of heavy red bricks. "Good day, sir," Percy said politely. "May I buy some bricks to build my house?" The brickmaker, impressed by the pig's serious expression, gave him as many bricks as he could carry, along with a trowel and some mortar. "Thank you kindly," Percy said, with a little bow. And so Percy began. He worked steadily day after day. He laid the bricks carefully, spreading mortar between each one, tapping them into place. He built thick walls, a strong floor, and a roof tilled neatly to keep out the rain. While Pip and Posy laughed and played, Percy sweated and labored. Sometimes he grew tired, but he never gave up. At least, after many days, his brick house was finished. It was sturdy and straight, with strong shutters on the windows and a heavy wooden door. Percy stood back proudly. "This house will keep me safe," he said with a smile. Then he lit a fire in his heart and cooked himself a warm supper. Now, not far from the meadow, in the dark shadows of the forest, there lived the big bad wolf. His fur was coarse and grey, his eyes glimmered yellow in the moonlight, and his teeth were sharp as daggers. The wolf was always hungry, and that very morning he had caught the scent of pigs drifting on the breeze. "Ah!" he growled, licking his lips. "3 little pigs, out on their own. What a fine supper they will make." He slunk through the forest, his nose twitching until he came to the meadow where Pip's straw house stood. Pip was inside his straw house, humming a tune, when suddenly, knock, 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 there came a sound at the door. Little pig," called a deep, growly voice. "Let me come in." Pip peeked out the window and squealed in fright. "Not by the hair on my shiny chin. "Then I will huff," snarled the wolf, "and I will poof, and I will blow your house in." And he did. The wolf drew in a great breath, "Whoo!" and blew, "Pooh!" The straw house whirled into the air like golden confetti. Pip squealed and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him. "Come back, little pig," howled the wolf, chasing him. But Pip scampered all the way to Possy's stick house. He banged on the door. "Brother, let me in, let me in. The wolf is after me." Posy opened the door quickly, and Pip darted inside. Together they bolted the door and held their breath. Outside, the wolf licked his lips. "Knock, knock, knock. Little pigs, let me come in." "Not by the hair on our shiny chins," cried the 2 pigs. "Then I will huff," growled the wolf, "and I will puff, and I and snatch them. But inside the brick house, Percy was clever. He whispered to his brothers, "Quick, fill the pot with water and set it to boil." They built up the fire, and soon the great iron pot was bubbling with hot water. The wolf clambered onto the roof and slithered into the chimney. Down, down he slid until splash! He landed straight into the boiling pot. Yo! Howled the wolf, leaping out with his tail singed. He shot up the chimney, yelping and howling, and fled into the forest, never to trouble the three little pigs again. The three pigs hugged each other tightly. "Oh, Percy," Pip cried, "your brick house saved us." "Yes," Posy agreed, whipping his brow. "He should have worked harder as you did." Percy smiled gently. "It doesn't matter now. You are safe, and we are together. From now on, let's live wisely, and always side by side." And so the three little pigs made Percy's brick house their home. People ran to hell with horse. Posy took